Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Sinar. I am the CEO and founder of Peak Marketing Service. I put this video together today because I want to help you close more sales. You see, leads are not enough to build and grow a business. You've got to be able to sell the leads. And in order to sell the leads, you've got to be able to reach them. A lot of people always ask me, how do we do it? We generate probably a little more currently anyway, a little more than 1 million leads a year. And we do it in more than 100 different verticals. So that might be payroll leads, might be roofing sales leads, HVAC, coffee service. Regardless, I tell people, I'm like, you know what? That's not even what makes us good. It's the leads wouldn't be much to us if we didn't personally have a high conversion rate. So we do have clients that will typically come to us and say, yeah, and thanks for the leads. We want more, but we're not reaching them. That's probably the number one complaint that every single lead generator hears is that people say they're not reaching the leads. And as a result, they go on to think, well, it's just the leads aren't good. And there are so many reasons, and things that happen in between the time somebody fills out a form online and then you try to reach out to them, oftentimes probably in the first, 2 to 5 minutes, hopefully. And then they don't return a phone call. So this is something I want to talk about today, and hopefully you'll put this stuff together. You'll build out your own plan. And again, what you're looking at on my screen is a suggestion. A lot of it's good, but every business is different. And if I can, before I go into this mapping to help you hopefully increase your close rate by 30 to 50%, I want to tell you a quick story. Rewind about 20 years ago, I wrote an ebook, and I'm actually thinking about bringing it back to life, resurrecting it, if you will. But I had a book. It was called Super Salesman, and I was really good at and building and running and growing telemarketing offices, call centers that were doing B2B sales. And I decided I'd write an ebook on it, and I wanted to sell it. And what you're looking at here, this is sort of what I did for that business. I built out a map, a roadmap that says, how am I going to handle from the moment I get a lead? What am I going to do next? And I think this one will be, I'm giving you this example because I think it's one that's really easy to visualize. And the map you're looking at here, I'm just throwing something together because every business process is different, but this is a specific map. So here I am. My initial process was, okay, when I first reach a client, I am going to offer the most amazing objection. I'm going to put together a video, and I think it was on YouTube, and it was like, hey, here's exactly how you handle the objection. It costs too much. And the rebuttal that I gave was utterly awesome. That's a common rebuttal people run into. That just costs too much. So instead of trying to sell somebody, I say, hey, here it is. And there's a live video, and I just give these guys this amazing explanation of how you would handle the it costs too much objection. And I guarantee you 95% of the people used my response every single time after that. So again, the goal was not to sell anybody anything. So that was my first map, if you will. Be here it is, lead in. This might say, this is my roadmap. Here it is. I got the lead. I did some paid advertising. I brought them to this YouTube video, and I gave them a wonderful objection. And of course, objection and rebuttal. And I would end that video with saying, did you like that? Well, here's another objection that I want to give you that people struggle with. And then I would say, here, if you want to watch the video on this objection, go ahead and click on the link below. And again, I still wouldn't ask for an email. And that link would take them to the next video, which would be housed on my own website, right? And again, I would give them an amazing objection and rebuttal. So they got two things for free. They didn't pay me for anything. So they land on my page, they get another one, and then at the end of video number 2. So I would map it out here, and this would be the next step, if you will. I then would say, did you like that objection? And then I would say, I'm going to now offer you an objection and rebuttal for, yeah, it could be anything, right? I don't want to overly complicate this. And then I would say, so if you want to get the objection and rebuttal to this, go ahead and click below, put your email address in there. So now I've given these people value. I've given them two awesome rebuttals to two very difficult objections. And now I'm offering them a third one. They're pumped. They trust me. They feel like I bring value. And now they're willing to give me an email address. Sometimes it makes sense to go for the jugular and get the email address right away. In my case, I felt like this process would work better. So now they would get an email address in which I promised to send them a link to the third free objection and rebuttal, right? So they would click, they would give their email, they would get an automated email, and then they would click on a link inside of there. And I would give them yet another for free, amazing objection and the rebuttal that would follow it. Then, after giving them three things for free, earning their trust. See, this was my value proposition. Why spend money with me? See, we always want to close the deal. People are out there looking for, sales training. They all want help. And then I'm sorry, but they all want help, but we're trying to close the deal sometimes too fast. So then I send out that email. They would then get the third one for free. And this is where I would finally come out and say, listen, you're looking for sales training, consider buying our ebook. It's only, I think it was, this is 20 years ago. We were selling it for $159 and we sold a lot of them. And I'm not going to bore you with the details of why we're not doing it now, but again, we will probably resurrect it. So at the end of this video, if you will, I promised I'd say, consider buying our ebook, $159, The Super Salesman. And then I would give some teasers. I'd say, what will you get in this ebook for $159? Page 3, guaranteed technique to get through to the prospects on 80% of the time. Page 19, we're going to show you step by step how to create interest that's so compelling that no one can say no to you. Making stuff up as we go, but we would give multiple teasers that would say, this is what you're going to get when you purchase this ebook. And of course, we would map it out. Either one of two things would happen, right? Either A, they bought the book, which surprisingly, a very high percentage did. Why? Because I had already given them value. I didn't go for the close on the very first video that they received. Then if they didn't buy the book, then they would just abandon the page. We would then email them on a monthly basis, and I would give more objections and rebuttals and closing techniques, like how to create interest, how to get them into the buying journal, how to close people. So we would have all these wonderful techniques. And again, at the end of each one of those videos, we would give them some teasers and an offer for them to go ahead and buy the book. So this is something that worked really good with us. So again, what am I saying? We're not just, again, you can't build a business just by growing leads. You've got to close sales. And in order to close sales, you've got to have a roadmap. You've got to have a systematic process that says, what are we going to do once we get a lead? So this, again, is a very broad roadmap here. I don't know, you might be a roofing company. You might be a coffee delivery service. But this is an example. We have a lot of clients buying leads, and a lot of our clients say they love this, not necessarily this process that you're looking at, but it gives them an idea of how to build their own. And if you don't have one of these, you need one. So let's start right here at the top, peak lead in. So this is, in this case, you might start out with organic advertising, pay-per-click advertising or telemarketing, where you've received a lead. In this case, we've just sent you a lead. It just hit your inbox. And the first thing we ask is, and I see I didn't even complete this. I apologize. So did you reach them? Yes or no? I didn't give an answer for yes. I threw this together fairly quickly, but let's say, same process, you did not reach them. So from the no, you have to say, what are we going to do next? And this is something that you would rinse and repeat and never change your process. So what we would generally recommend is if the first time you call them, they don't recognize the phone number, it's a telemarketer, it's a salesman, they don't answer the phone call. We recommend 3 calls back to back. Why? Because we've seen this work again and again. The second phone call is still a telemarketer, a little suspicious. The third time you call back to back, it's different. Instead of it's a telemarketer, there's a feeling of, well, is something wrong? Is this an emergency? Why is this person calling me 3 times? And strangely enough, we have found that on at least it increases our contact rates by roughly 50-60% simply by 3 back-to-back phone calls. And then what? We ask, okay, here we've called them 3 times in a row. Did we reach them this time? If the answer is yes, we're going to pitch our offer. Here's who we are. Here's what we're offering. Whatever your value proposition is. Did you close them? Yes or no? Of course, if you close them, you service the account. If no, we would say, all right, what are we going to do next? Well, next, we're going to retarget them. We didn't close them. We're going to put together an automated process of monthly emails that will have different value propositions. I don't know, maybe it's testimonials, maybe it's offers, maybe it's whatever it is. You want something that is not salesy, but it's value driven, educational to help people get back into the funnel. I'm sorry. So now go back here. We called them 3 times. Did we reach them? We did not. What are we going to do next? So this is a suggestion. For the next 7 days, you're going to have a value offer. You're going to text them once a day and again, you want this automated. It has to be automated. You've got to get the human beings out of it. This is where people go crazy. They're manually texting, manually emailing. That is not the way to build your business. So there's so much software out there today that makes it so easy to automated send out a text message, automated send out an email. So again, I'm going to text them once a day. I'm going to, in that text, I'm going to have a link to a value page, a proposition page, not a sales page. I am not trying to close the deal. Why should they be doing business with you? What can you show them? What can you offer them that gets them excited? What is it? And I don't care what business you're in. People think, oh, I'm a roofing company. That's a boring industry. Any industry can be made interesting. You have to find that niche. What is it? What is that technique? So I'm going to text once a day for the first 7 days, and I'm going to email once a day, and I might call twice a day. Again, maybe for you, you want to call once every other day. These are decisions you make. But the text and the email will constantly link to a value page. And the phone calls, if I don't reach them, I will have a very well thought out voicemail that I'm going to leave that gets them excited. It gives them a reason to call, not just, hey, it's Mike Siner again calling back with Peak Marketing Service, hoping you guys want to buy some leads from us. Give me a phone call. That's not going to work. Maybe my phone call is, hey, it's Mike with Peak Marketing Service. Sorry we weren't able to connect yet. For today or for this week only, we do want to offer you 5 leads. No cost, no contract. Just reach out to me and we'll see if we can't get you started. Whatever, offer something of value. So again, we've just done our text, our email, our calls. It's 2 weeks later, a week later. Have I reached them? If yes, of course, we book them to a calendar. We pitch our offer. And then if we reach them, did I reach them? Yes. If I reach them, yes, I might want to, or did you close them? Sorry, give your proposal. And then I'm going to close. I should have used an arrow here. So here we give our proposal. Did we close them? If yes, obviously we service them. If I didn't, we follow this. We're going to, again, be sending out monthly emails, case studies, and offers, right? So if we back up over here, if we didn't reach them, we're going to, again, email them once a week, call them once a week. Again, what are we doing? We're not sending out emails that are designed to close. They're value. Maybe this one will be a bunch of testimonials, right? Here's 3 people, video testimonials in this email that are explaining, hey, I hired a phone answering service, and let me tell you how I got a 300% return simply by spending $190 a month for a live answering service. You can put offers in there. Maybe it's a free trial, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe someone's coming out to your house and they're going to inspect your home for pest at no charge. Whatever it is, the email and the text, always remember this, it has to be something of real value. Maybe you want to bring out some case studies. Think this through. You want these emails the reason you got the lead initially is, let's be honest, there was at some point an interest. And I don't know what happens in all cases between the time somebody fills out the form and the time we go back to call them. They get busy. Maybe they were riding down the road. They were in an airport and they were just surfing on their phone. Oh, yeah, this seems like something I need right now. They fill out a form and then they're just busy. Life gets crazy after that. And then they never respond. I know most of you listening to this right now are saying that's exactly what happens with our leads. We think the leads are terrible. But the reality is life hits us really quick. And instead of trying to close deals, we need to have a roadmap, a process that's going to help us to close more. So it's going to help us reach people. It's going to reignite that interest. Oh yeah, I was interested in this. I do need a new roof. My roof is falling apart. My HVAC unit falling apart. I need a payroll service. I'm running it myself and it's driving me bananas. Continue to push out value, value, value. If there's anything you can give away for free that builds trust, that brings them in, that allows them to sometimes people just taste the service a little bit, they become immediately connected. I need this permanently. I do it in so many different ways. Again, the ebook worked so successful. All I did was give it away, give 3 rebuttals to 3 complicated objections away. And then after that, people were happy to give $159. And these weren't businesses. These were salesmen. Many of them were probably telemarketers, right? So again, look at this roadmap. I'm not saying that this is necessarily something that's right for your business. I just wanted to give you a visual, something that you can look at, something that can help you map out and stick with it. How are we going to do this? And again, I just want to close with this. It has to be automated. You cannot be manually doing this. If you get this stuff on autopilot, I promise you, you will pick up your contact rate by 50 or 60% simply by building out an automated process that allows you to connect with your prospects, to build value, to build trust, and ultimately close more sales. All right, good luck.